Sometimes I lose track of which room is mine. One minute I'm a proud column of green under a pale lamp. The next I'm a stitched-up scrapbook of memories, my leaves the pages. I am a Dracaena fragrans. The humans, with their proud low-maintenance whisper, call me the corn plant, and I live indoors. Windows, curtains, TV glow, these are my horizons. Ask me where I came from, and I don't point with my own travel-worn roots. I carry my foreparents' voices in my rings. Their stories drip through my sap like late sun through lacy leaves. They sing of Africa, wide skies, courtyards where children raced, hibiscus that laughed in the wind. Did you hear about Sudan? My grandmother wheezed once. We stood there like polite soldiers, line, leaf, line, guiding paths and shading pots. Mozambique, my aunt chimed, where mornings tasted like dust and salt, and our leaves flashed like coins in patchy sun. We were hedge royalty, tidy, useful, ornately ordinary. Then Europeans arrived. Pale faces, curious shoes, tin-smelling boxes that clicked. They admired us like art, then grew bolder. They took pieces of us, Auntie said bluntly. Cuttings, they called them, as if we were recipes rather than kin. Why would anyone take you from where you belong? I asked once, young and earnest. Hope, grandmother sighed. Curiosity. A tin that smelled warm. Men with soft tongues promising a steady lamp and daily water. We'd been through drought. A lamp that never blinked sounded like mercy. If you think that sounds naive, so do I. Love, cousin snorted. As if their light could replace a sun. But people imagine improvement like a patch on what they don't understand. So some of my kin agreed. Some were dazzled, some were desperate. The rest were left, mushy, infested, imperfect. The voyage became an audition, and many were turned away. They wrapped us in damp sphagnum, the human version of a damp blanket. Sphagnum preserves moisture, said the packers. The cuttings whispered, it's better than nothing. Then the ship taught us a new language, clunk, roll, clunk. Waves slapped, crates sighed, and salt hung in the air like a nasty perfume. We are not fish. We do not learn to swim. Imagine a cane in moss thinking, maybe my roots will sprout wings. None did. The Wardian case changed things. A tiny glass greenhouse that bottled morning. Fog gathered. Drips raced down the panes like private waterfalls, and for the first time on that trip, some of us breathed freely. The Wardian did not fix homesickness, but it kept us alive. Land came at last. Someone on deck shouted, "Land!" Crates opened. We were ferried to Holding Gardens, refugee benches steaming like teapots on a winter sidewalk. Hands with soil under their nails fussed. We'll revive them first, a gardener promised. Some went to conservatories, others to private parlors, and a few of us were shipped again until glossy leaves and a keen horticulturalist sent our cuttings across the Atlantic to living rooms that smelled of coffee and polish. That's where my story begins. Born on American soil, first leaf opening in a pot that smelled of porch air and newspapers. My first keeper was a retired nurse who tended like someone who had learned to steady a pulse. Each plant has a story, she would croon as she repotted me, humming old nursery songs. Under her hands, I grew like a child learning to read. Seasons turned. She passed me to her son, a truck driver who navigated highways with a confidence he did not bring to watering schedules. He called his mother when I looked sad. "Mom, what do I do?" he said into the phone, sheepish. "Water it," she told him, plain as scripture. "Repot if the roots are exhausted." He listened sometimes, and for a while I received fuss and fidelity in fits and starts. Then he married, and the house became a we. Two humans make more noise than one. My steady life turned into an improvisational comedy. I wilted during 3 long weeks once, soil baked to a crust. Leaves dropped like surrendered flags. He came home, horrified and theatrical. "It's going to die," he declared, voice reserved for tax audits. He called his mother. She arrived with compost in her trunk and no patience for excuses. "Repot," she ordered. "Soil. Fertilizer. A larger pot if needed." "How much will it cost?" he hedged. Less than neglect, she said, which settled it. He spent 2 hours, kneeling in the garden like a man performing a small, solemn ritual. He pried apart my tangled roots, fed me fresh earth, whispered, "Come on now, grow for me." Water sank into soil like forgiveness. Leaves lifted like flags. I felt revived, warm in a way that remembered courtyard sun. The wife watched, phone in hand, bored. 2 hours, she sniffed. We could have been on the road. 2 hours is a sitcom subplot for humans, an epic for a plant. For me, it was resurrection. Later, I discovered the living room's 2 perfect fake plants, forever glossy, forever green, like actors frozen mid-applause. I envied them a whisper. No mildew, no hunger, no history. Then the wife tapped one and announced, "They're fake." The room made that pleased human sound. I reconsidered. Perfection without story is tidy and tragically shallow. So here I am, pot settled, rings full of song, Sudan, Mozambique, Côte d'Ivoire, Angola. I keep ship songs, clunk, roll, clunk. I file human voices like pressed leaves. If you pass a potted corn plant and think it mere decoration, sit a while and ask politely. I will tell you of moss, of wardians, of nurses and truckers, of 2 hours that counted. If you listen when the couple leaves the house, you might hear my leaves click. Not a complaint, but a tiny applause for the hands that saved me. Water, please.